Hello there, level 2 and 3 acroers. I forgot who I was doing then. Okay, so we're going to move on with our acro cards today. We're going to blend the two together like we did last week so we can make sure we're keeping all the right skills in place. We're going to work on a few flexibility elements, a few strength elements. We're going to work on some balancing elements, and then we're actually going to we're going to skip the limbering because we're going to kind of, we're going to do a tiny bit of limbering, but then we're going to finish with the tumbling skill today. Really important that we keep up our strength and conditioning. So important. If we can come back more flexible and stronger, all of our tumbling moves, walkovers, handsprings, they're going to get easier. Now, I know I keep saying it because I can't stress how true it is. You have got so much time now that you need to use it as your friend, okay? Spend 20 minutes to half an hour every day conditioning, getting stronger, stretching. And if you do that, when you come back to class, you're going to nail aerials, you're going to nail walkovers, you're going to nail back handsprings, front handsprings. Whatever it is that you want to achieve is going to be easier if you're stronger and more flexible. Okay, so forget all of the tricks and things you're seeing, just focus on you and becoming the best you can during lockdown, all right? Before we start, we need to make sure that you've got a good enough space to be able to move around in. We're going to be quite static in our movements, so you don't need a lot of space. And also make sure that you're doing this just with other people in your household. Now, I'm more than happy for you to vote your brothers in, your sisters in, challenge your mum and dads, and we'll see how we go. So, we're working on level 2 and level 3. I will tell you the time differences for 2 and 3, and you can choose which ones you want to go to. If you are a level 3 student, it's really important that you do the level 3 time. If you are a level 2 student, you can try and do the level 3 time, but you need to at least do your time, okay? Right, so we're going to start off with a really quick warm-up, nothing major. We're not going to put any music on. We're just going to do 20 star jumps, followed by some running on the spot for 30 seconds, then some bum kicks, not bum kicks, but we're going to do them in the running spot, some high knee lifts, and then we're going to finish with some jumping squats. Okay, ready? And count it out with me. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And bottoms up. So feet up to your bottom. Okay, we're going to do this for 30 seconds. Get those feet right up, all the way up to your bums. Use your arms. Don't let them be down here. Keep using them. Keep going. I've just realised that my clock doesn't have a ticking hand. So it's going to be a guesstimate of when 30 seconds is. Keep going. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees up in front. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat down and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. If you're not warm, gonna do it all again. Get ready and star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. High knees and 1, 2, 3. Keep going. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Squat down. 1. Jump. 2. Jump. 3. Jump. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry I copped out on you for the second time through. This is my third acro class of the day. So we're going to go on to our flexibility training. Okay, so we should be feeling nice and warm now. Now last week we focused on our square hips, and we're going to come back and start with that because of the tumbling skill we need to do later. We need to have a good mobility in our hips and in our hamstrings. So remember we started off, if I face you, we started off with square hips, so I don't want this hip tilted, I don't want that foot twisted across or turned out too much. I want that straight line, hips down, and we're sliding along, holding this square. Don't let yourself turn out. It's not about doing the splits. I don't want you to do the splits. Okay, that's not what I'm asking you to do here. I'm asking you to stretch your hamstrings as much as you can, keeping your hips square. If you do this, you've lost, okay? You need to come up, hold that square hips. Test it. Is your foot coming up straight behind you, or is it going over to one side? Yeah? Keep pushing forwards with your hip and pulling back with your other one. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Change sides. And leaning into the split. Hips square, remember. Pulling back and holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Okay, the other stretch we really need to do today is our toes to head. Okay, and that's because we are going to work on some of our bridges, and then we're going to add in a wrist stretch. Although that's not on your cards, we're going to add that in. So toes to head, we're thinking about a nice long cobra. Necks coming out of that turtle shell, hips on the floor, feet and knees together. They're our key things. Okay, so laying down, hands by your shoulders. If not, slightly in front of your shoulders. If you're not really flexible in your shoulders, take your hands slightly further forwards. Now don't be here, shoulders back, okay, head up. Now we want those feet together. I'm a bit too close to my sofa. Feet together, and I want them bending up towards your head. Okay, now I'm very unflexible in this area, but I'm going to hold it, and we're going to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Okay, so just a little thing while we're stretching our wrists out. If you want to get more flexible, if you want to increase your flexibility, you need to hold your stretches for 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, absolute minimum 30 seconds, maximum a minute. That's if you want to increase your flexibility. If you just want to warm up, 10 to 20 seconds is fine, okay? That's enough to make us mobile and get us warmed. If you're holding your stretch for longer than 20 seconds, then you shouldn't be doing any high-powered tumbling straight afterwards, because your muscles, what happens when you stretch is the fibres slightly tear and they repair. So if you've held a really long stretch for 30 seconds, your power is not going to be quite as strong as it was before, all right? So if you want to work on your flexibility, make sure you're not tumbling afterwards, tumble before, okay? And then you're going to hold your stretch for 30 seconds to a minute each. Okay, back to your wrists. Good, remember just keep rocking, slightly swaying, circling around. I'm going to open these up. Thumbs in, fingers clenched, no cheating. So you're going to put your knuckles together, all right? These are going to go on the floor. Now, you don't let your fingers open up from your thumbs. If you let them open up, you've cheated. All right? We're going to put our knuckles and our wrists on the floor and our elbows. You're going to keep your knuckles and your wrists on the floor and straighten up your elbows without opening those fingers. As soon as you open those fingers, you've lost. All right? Keep trying to straighten those arms. Don't let those fingers come up. And we're going to hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Fight to keep those fingers on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, good job. Okay. All right, so that's our flexibility training done for today. We're going to move on to our conditioning now. Okay. The conditioning, we're going to, like I said, count to level 2, and we're going to aim for level 3. Okay, all of us, me included. So we're going to start off with our plank. Now, I've put my phone here so I can time us. Our plank is going to be 30 seconds for level 3, or 20 seconds for level 2. Let me just check that. sorry. So 20 seconds level 2, 30 level 3. Okay, now we are doing a straight arm plank. So it's like a front support shape if you do gymnastics. No elbows on the ground, straight arm, press up position. Back and tummy engaged. So no, don't want to see any of this because that's going to be bad for you. And I don't want to see any of this because that's cheating. So we need to be in a straight line. What's really important is that our shoulders are over our wrists. So we're not pushed back, straight line, okay? All right, you ready? Oh, I've lost my timer. So we're going for 30 seconds. Where's my stopwatch gone? Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. So straight line, hips engaged, tummy squeezed, wrists underneath your shoulders. Keep breathing. Don't let that tummy or hips creep up. Halfway point. Keep making sure that your hips are down and your tummy squeezed in, belly button through to your spine. Okay, that's 20 seconds for our level 2s. 3, 2, 1. Good job, level 3s. Awesome. So that was our 30-second plank. Good job. Well done. Okay, we're going to move on to our next strength element, which today, I can't remember all of them off the top of my head. We've got 3 today. Oh, yeah. Okay, I've remembered what it is. It's everyone's favourite. You don't even do it in level 2, I don't think. Oh, do you? Oh, yes, you do, but you do it for 20 seconds. We are going to do a V-sit. Okay, so our V-sit is about having a straight back, arms out in second, legs up in front of us. Now, if you're like me, you might get cramp. I get cramp in my quads when I do a V-sit. And that's because I'm shortening and I'm relying on my hips too much. What I need to do if I start to feel the cramp in my quads is make my legs lift up towards the ceiling and go longer, okay? So if you start to feel that cramp, that's what you need to do. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to hold this for 30 seconds. I'm going to try, but I might come down at 20. We'll see. Right, so arms out in second, legs out in front. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Hold him. Keeping that back up. Belly button through to the spine. That's our first 10 seconds. Keep breathing. Keep thinking long. Oh, I've got a fluff on my sock. Keep thinking long. Keeping that chest up. Arms out to the side. Okay, we're nearly at 20. That's 20 seconds if you need to come down. Okay, keep lifting up. 25. 3, 2, 1. Oh, good job, everybody. I think that's one of the hardest conditioning moves, especially to keep your back up straight during it. It's really hard. You just kind of want to sink that way. And you've got to keep pushing your belly button through towards your legs, which is a really tricky thing to do. Okay, so our last one is one we did last week, and it was our pike handstand hold. You can use a sofa, you can use a wall, you can use whatever piece of equipment you've got lying around if you have any, okay? We're going to hold it, again, 2 different times. So for our level 3s, we're going to hold it for 20 seconds, and our level 2s for 10 seconds. Now the really important thing is trying to get those hips as far over as our shoulders as we possibly can. So I'm going to go for the 20 seconds, but I will tell you when we're at 10 seconds and level 2 you can come down on those 10 seconds if you wish to. Okay, back to our stopwatch. Okay, so I used my sofa last week, which is what I'm going to do again. Hands underneath my shoulders, really important, so my arms aren't too wide apart. Hands underneath my shoulders, so check that first. Hips up, and I'm going to look through. So I'm going to put my phone back a little bit so I can see it. Okay, ready? Go. Keep looking back at the wall. That's 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Brilliant job. Okay, well done. So that is our strength training for today. So what I'd like you to do on my intermediate acros or level 2, 3 acro students is I'd like you to keep practicing on those same flexibility and strength skills. Last week we also had some back lifts. So remember, you can keep trying on those as well. Okay. and I'd like you to keep working on them, getting them really super strong. Now last week our balance challenge was our headstands, and I hope they're doing really good. I hope you're doing really well with those. And if you want to recap and go back to last week's headstand, then you can do that. We had a pillow or a cushion to use to keep our head soft. We talked about how close our hands need to be to our knees and where our head needs to be. But today what we're going to work on is our double-seated leg hold. And that's because we've just done our V-sits. And I think if you can get a double-seated leg hold, it makes your V-sit much, much easier. So we're going to work on a couple of different ways we can practice to get these double-seated leg sits and get them better and better. Okay, so first thing we're going to think about is sitting in a butterfly position. So I'm going to face slight diagonal here because it gives me a tiny bit more room. So first thing I want you to do is sit up nice and tall in a butterfly sit, okay? So we don't need to bounce our knees because we're just sitting there. Now I want you to think, how tall can you be? How tall can you go? This way you're sat right now is your body position for your double-seated leg hold, okay? You can't sit like that. You've got to be up as tall as you can be, otherwise you won't balance. Okay, if we find it really tricky to balance, what we're going to try and do is practice with one leg. So flexibility plays a big part to this. I'm going to keep my other hand on my knee and I'm going to hold one leg out and push my chest forwards. Now if I can't get that leg straight, I can hold underneath my leg here, okay? And then that should be a bit easier for us, okay? So you've got two options to hold. So you're just going to hold one leg out and you're going to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're then going to try on the other side, okay? So hand on, remember you can hold underneath your foot, or if that's hard, hold underneath your leg. Okay, ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, keep pushing forwards. Did you see I started to roll back? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now if you can do that, and you can do that on both sides, there's no reason we can't do it with both. We just have to keep pushing our tummies through. So I'm going to get in my ready position now. Now I'm not holding on the front of my feet. If I hold the front of my feet, what that does is that changes my hips to face upwards, which isn't really good for us, and we don't want to do that. I'm holding underneath, so my hands are on the inside of my feet. If I haven't got the flexibility, I hold underneath my legs, not around the outside, underneath. So if I haven't got the flexibility, I can go to there and I can hold in that position. But if I have got the flexibility, we're going to hold under our legs, okay, and we're going to push up into that V-sit, and we're going to count to 10. Now level 2s, you only have to hold it for 5. So when I get to 5, if you want to come down, you can. Okay, so, just get hold of my feet properly. So I get my balance here first before I straighten my leg out. So on my tailbone, then up, push my chest through, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back in. Good job. Okay, so that is your balance challenge for this week, double-seated leg hold. Now remember, there's no excuse. It doesn't matter how flexible you are, you've got different options. If you really struggle to get your balance, practice with just one foot. Once you're confident with your feet, keep giving it a try. See if you can hold it for 2 seconds, for 3 seconds. If you fall over, it will normally be because you've rolled too far back. And so you'll roll all the way back. And you will roll forwards if you stayed back but your legs are too low. You'll come forwards. Okay, the key is to push your tummy through and bring your legs back in. Aiming to get as flat. I'll see if I can do it sideways on. So you're aiming to get, so I sit back to get my balance, then as I extend, I straighten my back, and I'm aiming to be in one straight line. That's what I'm aiming for, okay? Straight back. If I go like this, I'm going to fall backwards, all right? So make sure that we're trying to push that tummy through. Good job. Okay, so I did say that we were going to work on a bit of our bridges and our tumbling today. So in level 2 and 3, a lot of the skill work is about being strong in a bridge, and it's about being able to lift our hands and feet off in a bridge. So we did those shoulder taps last week, and we did the feet up and down last week. Okay, and I want you to keep practicing that as well. but today I want us to think about how we can lower back onto our hands. So if you've got a wall, what I'd really like you to practice doing is walking down the wall. Now I don't have a wall, but I have a door, and I wonder if I stand, you can't see the door in the video, but if I stand here, this is where my door is, you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to shut my door, and you'll have to obviously check with your grown-ups with this. I'm going to shut my door. I'm going to start with my hands straight in front of me. I'm going to lift up and back. So both hands touch the door, then both hands off and down, okay? If I'm comfortable with that and I can do that without falling or without twisting, I'm going to lift both hands up, touch the door, walk my hands down. 1, 2, 3. Walk my hands back up. 1, 2, 3. Both hands on the wall and both hands come off together. So that is what I would like you to practice doing this week. Walking down a wall or a safe door, or if you can't do either of those, practice like we did last week, going back down onto a raised surface. So onto your bed, onto a sofa, anything like that. But if you have a door or a wall that you can safely do it in, then that's the best practice. The key is not going like this, 1, 2, because that will not help you. The key is going both forwards, up, and both together, so they both touch at the same time, okay? That's what we're aiming for and what we're looking for. So that's what I want you to do after this video with your bridges. I want you to think about that and how you can work on them and get them stronger, all right? And I want you to still practice your leg lifts and all of the ways and that kind of stuff. Okay, so we're going to go on to our tumbling skill, which today is our straight handstand. So I'm just going to sit and have a chat to you a minute about a handstand. I wish I'd done you some diagrams. I'm going to do some diagrams for next week. When you do a handstand, we are aiming to be in a what's called a stacked position. That is a straight line. That's not an arch back. That's not bent legs. And it's your head being in line with your shoulders. Okay, that is what a straight handstand is. If you ever get asked for a curved handstand, that does not mean that your back curves. Your back stays straight, but your head looks at your hands, which gives you a slight curve in the neck. Now you'll use a curved handstand when you want to balance, but not for any other reason. You need a straight handstand for your tumbling skills. Okay, and that's why we practice a straight handstand, because they are a really important handstand, because it's in every move. You've got a straight handstand in walkovers, a straight handstand in handsprings, a straight handstand in fly springs, straight somersaults, well not handstand but a handstand position, all of those kind of things, cartwheels, even though slightly on your cartwheels a lot of you do look at your hands, so it's a slight curve, but so a straight handstand is the one we work on to get strong and good at our handstands, and then when we go to try and balance it on our hands, a curved handstand is fine. Okay, so for our straight handstand we need 3 really important things. The first thing is a really good lunge. Okay, so we're going to talk about our lunge. So our lunge for your handstand, okay, starting with a straight line here. Actually, we'll do an acro handstand, so our hands start here. Okay, what happens is as we tonju, so we go through the tonju, we step forwards coming into this straight position. So we're going to do 3 of those. Okay, you're going to do 3 on the right and then 3 on the left. So we're going to go tonju, 1. I should be in a diagonal line. And tonju, 2. Diagonal line. Now big lunge, not a shallow lunge. Your handstand doesn't go here, it goes over there. And 3. Good. Other side, so other leg now. And 1. Tonju, 2. Tonju, 3. Good. Okay, so a lunge is the first important thing. Second important thing is your split, your needle, okay? The bigger the split, the better the handstand. So, next task we're going to do, just looking for a space where I won't kick my light, is we're going to go from that lunge and give me a needle. So, 1, back up to here. Okay, so think about hands flat on the floor, not too wide apart, so close together, and big needle. And again, 2, Last one. 3. Good. Other side. Because we work everything both sides in acro. And 1. 2. And last one. 3. Okay, good. So, we've got a good lunge. We've got a great needle. Now, the last most important thing is our arms. Our arms should not bend. If we bend our arms, we've got a good chance of coming down on our head. Okay, our arms shouldn't be too wide. There's no support if you have your arms wide. If you put your arms wide now, get your mum and dad to just push on them. They'll go straight down. Put your arms close, get your mum and dad to push on them. It'll be much harder, okay? So, nice close arms, good needle, big lunge. That's all we need. The only other thing we need to be aware of is our exit. What do we do if we're gonna fall in a handstand? Do we go all the way over to a crab? No, we don't, not unless we intend to. We have to twist to a side. So if we think we're gonna go over, we need to get into the habit. So if I think I'm gonna fall, and I'm gonna kick up into my handstand, and I go like this, and I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna take one hand away, so I can come to the side and not go up straight, all right? Okay, so all we're gonna do now to finish is we're gonna kick up right foot, then we're gonna kick up left foot. We're not balancing, we're kicking up to our handstand, we're coming down. If you don't feel quite ready to do that yet, you've got 2 options. You can ask a grown-up to catch your hips. So they don't wanna catch your feet, they wanna look at where you're about to kick and they wanna catch around your hips here, okay? And then that will give you some support, okay? So they will stand this side of you, you'll do a handstand up towards them and they'll come low and catch your hips. If you haven't got a grown-up that you can ask to do that right now, then you can do an L handstand, which is where you keep your foot close to the floor. So you keep one leg down towards the floor, okay? So you've got that option, all right? But if you feel safe to do it, then there's no reason why we can't kick up and down into our handstand right now. I'm really worried, I keep looking up here because I've got a light that I will definitely kick, but it should be all right. Hopefully I won't go over there and I'll be nice and straight in my line, which is why I've moved all the way over here. So I'm starting here and here for acro. Start with our tonju, nice lunge, kick up and come back down. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Kick up and back. Switch legs. Oh, no one likes the other side, not even me. Ready? And kick up and come back. Good. Try one more. You can pick your side. And this time we're going to see how slow we can balance it for. Ready? And up and back. So we get a little bit more control. Good job. All right. That's it for this week. We'll carry on with some more acrobatic stuff next week, working off level 3 and level 2 for our strength, conditioning and all general things like that. All right, see you later. Bye.